Hello, fellow bakers, and welcome to the Breaking Bread podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Parker, and today's episode is bound to get steamy. We're diving deep into one of the most critical aspects of baking bread, steam. Regardless of whether you're just starting out or have been baking for years, learning about the power of steam can elevate your bread from great to bakery quality right in your very own kitchen. Are you ready? Let's get this show on the roll. Before we dive into our heated discussion about steam, remember to check out our thorough transcript of this episode for helpful links and resources on our blog. Also, be sure to join our thriving community on Facebook by searching for the Baking Great Bread at Home group. So why do we keep hearing about steam in the baking world? I'm sure you've all noticed that stunning, shiny, thin, and crispy crust on bakery breads. Can you guess the secret ingredient? Yep, it's steam. By introducing steam at the start of your baking process, it delays the formation of the crust, allowing the dough to expand or spring more in the oven. This results in a better rise, an open crumb structure, and that shiny golden crust. Without steam, the crust forms too soon, restricting the loaf's expansion and rendering a dense, dull, and tough exterior. Hit that fog machine, because steam is not just a nice to have, it's an absolute must if you're aiming for that perfect loaf. Now that we understand why steam is so vital, how do we actually create it in a home oven? Professional bakeries have the upper hand with built-in steam injectors, but at home, we've got to shake things up. There are several popular methods like using a preheated cast iron pan, lava rocks, or baking stones, and even the towel method. Each method has its pros and cons, and indeed, it will take a bit of trial and error to discover which works best in your kitchen. But let me tell you, when you start baking with steam, the quality of your crust goes to another level. I want to share a little steamy story with you. The very first time I tried the cast iron method was quite an adventure. The excitement must have gotten to me because I transformed my kitchen into a sauna for an hour. Was it worth it, though? Oh, the bread said it all. It was utterly divine. There is one more way to produce steam, and that's through the use of specialty bread pans designed explicitly for trapping steam. These pans have emerged as a favorite among serious home bakers. They're built by bakers for bakers, solving the issues we've been discussing. They allow for better control over your baking process and ensure consistent results. Who doesn't want that? I'd love to hear your own steam tales. Have you tried any of these methods or discovered a unique way of creating steam in your oven? Please share your experiences by sending a message or leaving a comment on our blog. Your insights could shine in one of our future episodes. As we wrap up today's episode, I've got some tips to help you steam things up the right way. Make sure your oven is preheated fully before introducing steam. Be cautious while adding water to avoid steam burns. And most importantly, add the steam just before you put your bread in the oven to ensure maximum effect. Remember, with baking, practice makes the baker. You are encouraged to experiment with these methods and find out which one rings true for your oven. That wraps up steam-filled episode of the Breaking Bread podcast. I hope you found this discussion exciting and insightful. If you liked what you heard today, we appreciate subscriptions and reviews. It helps our fellow bread enthusiasts find us. Don't forget to check out our show notes for any links or articles mentioned in today's episode. If you're a visual learner, head over to our YouTube channel to follow along with visual guides for some of the methods we discussed today. Until next time, keep baking, keep experimenting, and may all your loaves be perfectly crusty. Break bread with those you love, and just remember, happy baking!